Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that we are honored. I mean, Black Panther, all the other films, but Black Panther was just such a blockbuster, and to be able to get her to come here, and I must tell you a story. I got her private home number, and I called her one night, and she answered the phone, and I said, Miss Carter, this is Dr. Harvey. She said, You be my president, Dr. Harvey? I said, Yes. And I want you to give our commencement address. She said, I'll do it. I said, You don't know the particulars. She said, I'll do it. She said, I told you you were my president. So I want you to know that we are so honored today to have with us such a great icon and a living example of the places you can go and the heights that you can attain if you dream no small dreams. When you have courage, determination, and a creative mind. So please, all of you, join me in welcoming back to our home by the sea our 2018 commencement speaker, a Hamptonian who has truly let her life do the singing, Miss Ruthie Carter. Miss Carter.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Dr. Harvey. When I came to Hampton as a freshman student, you came to Hampton as a freshman president. I see a lot has changed. Under Dr. Harvey's 40 years, we went from Hampton Institute to Hampton University. There are now more than 6,000 students, more than 90 academic programs added, and more libraries, classrooms, and laboratories, all so that more students can graduate. Thank you, Dr. Harvey. With your 40 years of leadership, there is so much more Hampton. Distinguished faculty and staff, parents of the graduates, grandparents, uncles, aunties, families, friends, and the class of 2018. Congratulations! Today is your day. Go Pirates! On this 150th anniversary of Hampton, I am touched and humbled to have been asked to deliver the 148th commencement remarks for my fellow Hamptonians. It is an honor to address all of you and have my life's work and education emboldened in the storied legacy of the university. Throughout my career, people have always asked me, Ruth, how did you become a costume designer? How did you come up with these ideas? How did you get to be where you are? I got here by sitting exactly where you are. I got here because in my career, I remained a student of storytelling, of design, history, and art. I got here by having my faith in my abilities tested. I got here by trusting the journey that God had for me that started right here at Hampton in the Little Theater. I dedicated myself to mastering, oh no, here we go. Let's get it together. Let's see, 4, 5, and 8. Thank you. Here we go, 4, 5, 6, now we got it. I better hold on to it. I dedicated myself to mastering my craft of costume design, and with every opportunity to enhance the look of a character or historical figure through fabric, color palettes, pattern, I was getting to do what I loved. And from all that source of purpose and passion, I created and manifested excellence about my work. This positioned me to be the first Black woman to be nominated for costume design for an Oscar. I got to the Academy Awards by sitting exactly where you are today. I would continue to be paired with incredible artists and directors, and together we would define generations of filmmaking and storytelling with our work. Each film I worked on has been a special and incredible experience. But let's be real for a second. I'm really up here today because I was able to design the costumes for a little old movie called The Black Panther. Wakanda forever! Director Ryan Coogler wrote and brought to life a film about Afrofuture and the first black superhero, the Black Panther. That journey of immersing myself into so many ancient African cultures, such as the Lesotho, the Maasai, the Himba, Zulu, Turkana, Tuareg, Dogon, and many others, and to hold the gift, the opportunity to weave those African stories into the Marvel costumes was incredible. All these characters and cultures merged and were showcased at the Warrior Falls. And the presence of knowing the impact that this film could have on the world for the culture, and then it actually paling in comparison to what it really did, $1.4 billion worldwide. And now out on Blu-ray. All of this was a full circle experience for me. It was the intersection of my Afro past, present, and future. What I mean by this is, this gift inspired me to reflect on my whole body of work and see all the costumes that I have designed in many films I had done through the years as my contribution to Afrofuturism. I saw myself showcasing my point of view, the African culture and diaspora, and using technology, intertwining it with my imagination and authorship. And together with the actors and the directors, we presented possibility. This is what I want to emphasize to you today: the importance of our Afrofuture. Our Afrofuture that was first born with the vision of our first teacher here at Hampton, Mary Peak. She engaged former slaves who at one time didn't have a choice and who ran and fought for freedom, and she offered the choice of education under the Emancipation Oak. And when she did that, she planted seeds of freedom in all of us, so that today, each of us could dress in these distinguished costumes of education. I also want to share with you what it means to be Afrofuture, the importance of you. Invest in yourself, continue to be a student, continue to train in your craft, and expand your skill set. I am not just a costume designer. I'm an executive, an entrepreneur, a collaborator, and a historian. The credibility of your decisions. Hold yourself up in dignity, as you are the ultimate decision maker of your destiny. Understand what self-respect is, so you can tell your story, your way, and decide what your future is now. Don't let others decide it for you or write your narrative. They won't do as good a job as you because they don't know the details like you do. Make a promise to give back to your family and the community you are building. My experience here at Hampton shaped my curiosity as an artist, my work ethic, and my foundation. But since we're all about the truth today, costume design wasn't even an undergraduate major when I attended. I created it for myself, which is why I have recently created the Ruth Carter Foundation to pass on a legacy of information, innovation, and Afrofuturism. You too will find a way to give back in your own way. You don't have to create foundations, even though I know some of you will. Lastly, I want to encourage you with all my heart to realize what is yours and pursue your Afro future. I'm passing on this responsibility to you to understand and build on the foundation of your Afro past here at Hampton and create opportunities for your Afro present that lead you to fulfill your Afro future. I knew what I wanted to show the world, that I could dream and that I could dream of being a costume designer. But I had to visualize and define that for myself first. People think it was like magic, and yes, there was some of that black girl magic. But I worked hard, sacrificed, feared not, had vision, didn't get in my own way, trusted the journey. You too can realize what is yours. The stars are simply waiting to align once your heart fully accepts and becomes passionate and ambitious about your Afro future. After working on the Black Panther, people would ask me how I prepared to design costumes for superheroes. The truth is, over my whole career, I have been dressing superheroes. Between Malcolm X, who was a superhero, Dr. King, who was a superhero, Betty Shabazz, Coretta King, Tina Turner, Cinque, The Butler, Thurgood Marshall, and Amelia Boynton. The same heroes, and let me add sheroes, that shaped our Afro past helped me build my Afro future. As one film led to another, each historical and imagined figure I was able to help portray has impacted us greatly. Some of whom we will never forget, who fought for our rights, and others who are now embedded in the psyche of the American culture, providing a richer narrative of the Black experience. I am constantly inspired and carry with me a message that each figure shares from film to film. I continue to build myself and my career and live my Afro future. The same advice that poignantly presented itself to me through the costumes I design, I'd like to share this advice with you as you pursue your Afro future. Let me tell you what I think it means for you. When Malcolm X said, "by any means necessary," I say, your lives matter. Time to pursue. When Dr. King said, "I've seen the mountaintop," I say, your journey begins now, so build and climb. When Tina Turner said, "What's love got to do with it?" I say, love has everything to do with the pursuing your purpose. Be passionate. When King T'Challa said, "Let's build bridges, not barriers," I say, good thing Hampton has great engineering and architectural programs so they can build bridges that need building once all y'all break more barriers in the world with your education. Over my journey, it wasn't just the historical figures or characters I got to design, but it was also the actors and directors that I got to work with. Between dressing Denzel, Angela, Michael B., Oprah, Lupita, Chadwick, and working with Spike Lee, Ava DuVernay, John Singleton, Ryan Coogler, and Steven Spielberg, it was another group of heroes, that was another group of heroes and sheroes that I was surrounded by. In Do the Right Thing, during the Battle of Sal's famous pizzeria and that led to the death of Radio Raheem, you remember Do the Right Thing. Watching Spike create this scene, I sensed that a hero was born and that his Afro future would be threaded in the fiber of our culture as a voice of protest. We now know that voice for Trayvon, for Eric, for Dante, for Stefan, and sadly, others. When designing for Angela Bassett, I was taken by her Afro brilliance over and over again. In each film we did together, from getting her groove back to finally adorning her as Queen Ramonda. And witnessing Ava DuVernay recreating the 1965 Selma March, where Amelia Boynton was beat down while crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge. I remember watching Ava and sensing that a shero was born and realizing her Afro future. This is the same feeling and sensation I have today addressing this class, the next generation of heroes and sheroes. So let me ask you, graduates of 2018, are you ready to take on the world? Are you ready to take on your Afro future? Dora Milaje, the highest-ranking female fighting force of Wakanda, are you out there? Command your positions. Move beautifully along your journey. Keep holding your head high. Your best is yet to come. The Shuris, the techies, the geniuses, the princesses, women going into executive roles in Congress, maybe even the White House. The visionaries, the Avas, the Ryan Cooglers out there. You know the Black Panther was only his third film. That's called being Afrofuture. The T'Challas, the Black Panthers, future presidents, gentlemen, and leaders, serving and protecting their communities, raising their women up, men investing in themselves. The M'Bakus, leaders of the Jabari, fearless warriors on the front lines, sitting in the Waffle House or Starbucks or graduation dorm, minding your business. Never backing down, fighting for your Afro future. Are you out there? Each of you can change the world in every way and in any way you dream of, because we need you. Challenges will happen. It will be hard. It will be difficult. But it's the story arc of any great hero or shero. No matter what challenges I faced, hardships I endured, personal tragedies I went through, heartaches and heartbreaks, when I come back to my work, the artistry, the design, when I would come back to my purpose of living my Afro future, everything felt like it was right. So graduates, you won't always know the reasons why going forward. You'll surely understand them looking back. Simply trust the journey and God. Continue to work hard. Sacrifice. Fear not. Have a vision. Be the best versions of yourself and the best in your fields. Get your MDs, PhDs, JDs, and graduate degrees. Be a risk taker, a seeker of beauty, an observer of the world. Be passionate, inspire, and make change. Be a protector, a leader, an entrepreneur, a chief executive officer, a school president. Be an actor, a director, writer, or even a costume designer. Be your Afro future. Thank you.